Hello, welcome to Air Rifle Pesting. I'm glad you can join me tonight. Here I'm back at farm Y. As you can see, I'm not the only hunter here. There's a barn cat looking for rats as well. Looks like he was patrolling the area for some rats. This guy looks like a male, but I've seen other cats as well. So they're definitely around. So that will help keep the rats in check. Anyway, so I'm just watching him, and he seems to know exactly where the rats hang out. I guess he'll be out hunting tonight, just as I am. So this is inside one of the barn. I set about 27 yards, and I saw 3 rats. So these two, not sure what this guy was doing. Looks like he was marking its scent. As he was rubbing against the concrete for whatever reason. But anyway, I got him on my crosshair, and I quickly took him out, shooting him into the backside. I was gonna try to do 2 for 1, but I only got the first guy. Second guy jumped straight up, and you can see his tail is there. And I was hoping that he would come down, but he decided not to. He probably saw his buddy down there and realized that something is up, and he boogie. So as you can see, there's another one by the cow. Obviously that's not a shot to be taken for safety reason. So I'm scanning around, trying to see maybe there's other one that's in the area, but except only this one. And he too decided to take off. So that was the end of that, but I'm sure they will be back. So later on I saw this guy just sitting there about 28 yards, staring into the to the right hand side. So my guess is something probably there, spooked it or something, or maybe the cat was around, not sure. But anyways, I was just watching him there. Obviously I cannot take the shot because the cows are in the background. So I spotted another one at 42 yards. So I'm just waiting for him to pop up, and luckily the cows are not there. Typically they will be like feeding constantly. So I'm hoping and praying this guy's gonna come up a little bit higher. That way I can do the shot without having the cows get in the way. So eventually he came back out, and he gave me an opportunity, so I put my crosshair on him with my holdover, and I shot him in the back. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do a second shot, follow-up shot, and you can see he ran up and he tried to jump up, but then he couldn't because he was hurt. So now I'm like trying to see if I can get a second shot in. Obviously he's not able to because of the cows in the way, safety reason again, so I left it be, but soon after he expired, so a follow-up shot wasn't needed. He was about 39 yards away. Soon after that, a small one showed up, and I guess he was reluctant to come down because he saw the dead body there. And he did a smart move, and he retreated and disappeared. So what happened here was I was just sitting there waiting for the next rat to come up. And all of a sudden I heard some wind flapping above me, behind me actually, up on the rafter. So I decided to put my par, and lo and behold, I saw a whole bunch of starlings here. So I never paid attention to it in the previous visit that I was there. So I was surprised to see them. But anyway, there are probably about 30 starlings here tonight. So I'm just scanning the area, and they're all sitting up on the rafter, and the soffit's there. As you can imagine, I was very excited because I've been waiting for this kind of opportunity for a long time. And it was just dumb luck that they were there and I happened to found them. So I'm just gathering myself, getting my breathing down to normal because I was overly excited. And I basically ranged the birds to see what kind of distances they were. And tonight they were about I shot them between 10 to 20 yards away. So very close with my HW100. Now I'm just trying to decide which one I'm going to go for first. They're in complete darkness, so they can't see me, but I can see them light and day. Again, I'm composing myself, getting ready to do my first shot, and I know this is going to be a slaughterhouse if I do my part. This is going to be the first series of what I call feather and fur. Here's the first victim. It's about 18 yards. Did my holdover. The good backdrop here. So it's perfect candidate for the first shot of the night. Shot him in the body and down he went. So I'm scanning around. So I saw this guy. He stayed put. He's about 16 yards, I think. And I did my holdover and down he went. So now they all flew off to the other side of the barn. So I'm just scanning and track them down. Here they are on the other side. And this guy's about 17 yards. So these two were fighting, so I decided to take the one on the right hand side. Again, did my holdover and send the 16 grain AR pellets right down his chest. So this guy had no idea what's happening, so I got him on my side as well. He's about 16 yards. I might have hit this guy slightly low, and he's starling number 4. So there are a couple here over at 20 yards. That was the longest shot I had to do for this night. They were reluctant to fly outside because it was dark already, but they had no idea what's lurking inside this barn. And this is starling number 5. And I spotted this guy at about 19 yards. Again, they had no idea that I could see them clearly with my Pard008. And down he goes, starling number 6. So the Pard008 and my HW100 is a perfect combination for this type of work. So far I'm very happy with the Pard. It took me a while to learn the functions and setup, but once I got this and figured out, it's pretty easy to do. So this guy here is at 16 yards and only his head was showing, so obviously I had to take my time to make sure I got the shot right. So I did my holdover for 16 yards and I took him out with the headshot. This one is at 20 yards again, so I was just aiming for the body I have to make sure I'm not hitting too high and hit the beam, but I know my holdover for 20 yards, he had no chance. It was starling number 8. This guy is pretty close, only about 12 yards away. Again, he had no idea that I was there. Another one showed up, and I was trying to decide which one to shoot first, but I figure I might as well go with the one on the right. I did about 3 holdover, mill dot holdover, and smoke him in the body. And this guy was trying to hide, but I spotted him. He's about 15 yards away, 14 yards. Again, I was aiming for his head. Squeezed the trigger, and down he went. So that's starling number 10. This guy took off if I even had a chance, but I'll get him next time. So now it's getting a little bit tougher now because they're wary of something was going on, but they're not sure what, so they're very edgy. So it took me a while to spot them. When I did find them, it didn't take long before I take them all down. This guy's at 12 yards. It's starling number 11. Again, another close one. This is about 11 yards. Did my holdover, and he's done. Another one showed up. Same distance, same holdover, same result. So my HW100 is shooting this 16 grain air arm at about 850 feet per second. That's about 27 foot-pound of energy. More than enough to dispatch these starlings at these kind of distances. This guy's at 20 yards again, and as he stretch, I send him off the ledge. So this is starling number 15. He's about 17 yards away. I think he's about to slide back, and then I hit him as he slid back. That was funny. So this guy's at 10 yards. That's the closest one. Actually, a couple of them actually. So again, he only presented his head. So I had to do a 4 mil dot hold over. I was going for the neck area. He didn't stand a chance. And this guy was wondering what was happening, and he too only gave me his head, and I finished him off. So this is starling number 17. Starling number 18, same fate with him, and feathers everywhere after he was shot. I was a bit slow to take a shot, but later on he popped up anyway, so I was able to tag him a little bit further. There he is. It's starling number 19, about 14 yards away. So these two are at the very top of the barn. I had to search hard and finally found them. So I'm shooting them vertically up. So I had to use my tripod to the highest point, and then I kneel down and pointing up. So this shot is pretty tough to shoot, not very comfortable. However, it's only 11 yards away. I did my holdover and then a little bit more, just to allow for the elevation. And this guy tagged him right in the neck. He's pretty much dead instantly. And I can see in the peak of the other bird just sitting there. So I decided to slide over slightly so I can see that bird number 2. So there he was. Of course I have to steady myself just to get a better posture and shooting platform, and the same holdover, and he's starling number 21. So these are the only 2 that I was able to pick up because they land right in the middle of the walkway. The rest of the 22 that I've shot, they all fell amongst the cow. Farmer told me that it's okay if I am able to fetch the pests. The workers will help me clean them up. So back onto the rats, I spotted this guy is about 28 yards. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to take the shot because of the cows in the back. So I patiently waited and see if I have my opportunity. I was hoping the cow would take a break from eating. That way I can do my pesting. Unfortunately, the cow was still feeding, so I didn't really have a shot here. I can only sit and wait, observe, and wait for my opportunity. So I was able to take the shot because it was to the right of the cow, and I know by making a clean shot, that should be okay. So these are the last 2 of the night starting that I saw. This is number 23 and number 24. So they're about 11 yards away. As you can see, this setup is very effective because the second one just sit there. So it's easy picking for me. It's my favorite saying, you stay, you die. So I tagged 24, and I believe there's 6 left because when I came back the next time, I only saw 6. So all in all, there were 30 starlings that roost at this barn. So pretty much in 2 days, I was cleaning them up. So I was trying out the Hades on night number 2 just to see if there's any difference. And I know the Hades will expand, but I had to try it on the Starling to find out for myself. So this guy's at 9 yards. The impact sound was a lot louder than the ARM 16 grain, and I believe they're more devastating when the Starling got hit. This guy's at 15 yards. You can see the feathers everywhere. So it's pretty much instant death. So I use the Hades for shorter range like this. They're not as accurate in my guns beyond 30 yards. So for this kind of distances, this is perfect. This guy's at 16 yards. Again, you can see the amount of feathers. I spotted another one at 14 yards. This was starting number 28. Again, this guy's at 11 yards. He was still sleeping, this guy actually, so he had no idea. And he's done. And look at all the feathers. So I spotted a rat actually. He's about 10 yards away. Again, I'm still shooting the Hades. So he made a mistake by climbing over. Give me a perfect shot. I shot him in the body, and you can see he's struggling to move. Figure I might as well give him a second shot just so that he's not running away. And I shot him right in the heart. This was the last starling. I think it was starling number 30. It was at 12 yards away, and I decided to let him join his pack. So at least this way, there's no more starlings crapping on the cows. Hopefully the cows are happier. Until the next batch of starling moved in, then I'll be back again to take them out. So now that all the starlings are gone, I'm focusing back on the rats again. So I saw this guy amongst the cow feeding. So this is where I need to decide whether or not a safe shot can be taken. In my opinion, if the cows are in the way, just like this, in line in the back, this is not a safe shot. I know I can hit it, but there's no control of what happened to the pellet after the impact. So last thing I want to do is injure the cow accidentally. That will be a bad consequence if any of the cows are being injured. So the only option here is to leave them alone and not to take the shot. Even though as tempting as they are, the right choice here is not to take the shot, because you don't know where the ricochet is going to happen and to what direction it might hit. To shoot or not to shoot, there's no brainer. In this situation, is not to shoot. So I decided to wait patiently. As you can see, the rats are gone, but I know they'll be back. Just give them about 5-10 minutes. Surely they'll be back. Meanwhile, the cows continue to feed on. That's what they do. They eat, they sleep, and they produce milk. So later on, the rat came back. Again, I'm just watching it, trying to find my open opportunity, take the shot out. So I range them and then find out exactly the distance. And just wait patiently until coast is clear and a safe shot can be taken. Luckily, I have a lot of patience, so this doesn't bother me at all, even though I wish the cow would take a break from eating. But anyway, This is their territory. I'm just in their playground, so they dictate what's gonna happen next. So as you can see, the 2 rats here, and I'm just patiently waiting for my chance. I could take a shot here, but like I say, I didn't want to risk it. So I'm waiting for the cow to move, and I saw my opportunity, and off he went. So I shot the guy in the face, and he was able to hop off, but I'm sure he would die soon after. Anyway, this is back on the honey hole. I spotted this guy at about 28 yards. Unfortunately, I wasn't quite ready, so it would be awesome if I can take the shot as he was climbing up the concrete. But anyway, so as you can see, the bar is in my way, so I had to elevate myself to get a shot opportunity. So I should have shot here because I have a longer body here to target to hit. But I waited here and tried to go for a headshot, but I might have hit it low, just below his chin. It was one lucky rat. So this is the side of the feeding trough underneath this concrete. I spotted him about 10 yards, very close. I waited and I did my holdover, aimed for his head and squeezed the trigger, and down he went. He was rat number 5 for the night. So I'm back at the laneway here. I spotted about 4 of them in the same bundle here. I'm just waiting for my opportunity. So at 29 yards, they were coming in and out, so I'm just waiting patiently, see if I can have an open shot. This guy finally came out, and I lined him up on the body, and that dropped him right there. It was rat number 6. So I was only making a small impact with 2 visits to clean out the roosting starlings and a few more rats. Hopefully a new batch of starling will claim the barn so I can continue to have some fun blasting them with hot leads and make the feathers rain. Thank you for watching. I hope we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.